Hey everyone, Rogold here. Welcome back to The Division 2, and today we have a pretty important topic to go over regarding mods. Now, in the past couple of days and weeks here, I've been getting a mounting number of questions of people asking, why are my mods disappearing? What am I doing wrong? Now, I assume off of hearing that all of you listening are going to have a range of different reactions. And I say that because I'm sure some of you are aware that this is a intended and new system that was added to the game with the recent Year 5 Season 3 update, whereas some of you are probably like, what? My mods are supposed to be disappearing? So that's basically why I wanted to put together this video today, is a big PSA and a quick guide to go over what this new system is that they added with the latest update to The Division 2, and just overall explain from a perspective standpoint why it looks like your mods are disappearing when in fact they're not really. So without further ado, we'll get right to it. Let's swap over to the game and I'll give you a live demonstration. Alright, so here we are, and big surprise, the first place that is usually a good spot to start is the patch notes. For the release of TU20, they aptly had a section of this titled Skill Mods, and that is the first important distinction, is that everything we're going over in this video only has to apply to skill mods. Gear mods, as in, crit damage, different resistance mods, whatever mods you put onto your gear, all of those function exactly the same as they did before this update. The big change that has been made is to skill mods specifically. So, here in the patch notes it reads, implemented a duplicate removal system for skill mods. When a superior skill mod is acquired, it will automatically replace the existing one, resulting in the deconstruction of the inferior mod. Similarly, if an inferior skill mod is obtained, it will be automatically deconstructed. In both scenarios, the deconstructed skill mod will yield the corresponding amount of printer filament. So, some of you might be wondering, why would they put in a system like this? Well, they said that it was their way of trying to mitigate a bit of inventory management, overall just burden on the player, so that you don't have to track how many different skill mods you have and at what different values. So basically what this means is every single time you pick up a skill mod, whether or not it is higher than the one you already have or not, you will lose a mod. And that is why I think so many people are running into the perception that their mods are disappearing, is because, like I said, every time you pick one up or you craft one or whatever, one is going to disappear one way or the other. But that doesn't mean you're not getting any resources for it, and that's the next thing we want to take a look at. So if I head into the crafting station in here, let's do a quick demonstration of exactly how this works. It also doesn't help that there's a bit of a visual issue that goes on with crafting stuff. I think that has contributed to people's confusion and misunderstanding of this whole thing. So let's take a look at the decoy first. If I put this on, I think I have two of my best and only mods on here, and it's useful because they're both almost maxed out. So if I unequip these, we can get a better look at them in the menu itself. This should give us a pretty good demonstration, like I said, of what is going on. So these are the only two decoy mods that I own, right? I have a 7% health one in the housing slot and a 7.5% duration one in the projector slot, meaning for the vast majority of decoy mods that I'm going to pick up, because there's not that many bonuses you can get, they will be automatically deconstructed under this new system, because unless they were to be of a higher roll than either of these and they were in the same slot, then the game will just automatically deconstruct it and give me the corresponding materials, which in this case is 6 printer filaments. So now if I go into the crafting station here, and again, this is the exact same thing that would happen if I were to go into Countdown, for example, and target skill mods and pick it up. Let's do this where I craft one. Now the issue that I think, again, is contributing to the overall issue is this screen right here. People are thinking that this means they're unable to craft something. My guess of what is happening is that whenever you do it and you obtain a mod that is below the value of one that you already own, it probably shows you this screen because the game's logic is thinking the item no longer exists, so it's just not showing it. That's my guess of what's happening here, but if we back out, you'll see that I actually do obtain the materials that would be given to me anyway if a lower mod was to be deconstructed. So if I back out, look at the bottom left corner when I do this, you'll see 6 printer filament, and that's because we just crafted one that was of a lower value, again, of one of the two that we just showed off, which is either 7% health or 7.5% duration. And we can do the exact same thing for any other skill. I don't know what I have good mods in. Let's try a hive one just to see. I have no idea if it's going to disappear or not because I don't know what level I have, but just for demonstration's sake, let's try it. There we go. So it's going to show me this one because I probably don't have one that was already of this value. So that time I keep it because I didn't have one in that slot that was of a duration one. That means it's a brand new copy. So that's why I didn't delete it. It's because I didn't already own one, like you can see right there, of that value and of that slot. So that is the overall gist of what is going on here, and again, just as a final warning, whether you are crafting them, whether you are farming them out in the open world, in Countdown, wherever, under this new system, you will almost always lose a skill mod upon picking one up. It doesn't mean that the game is giving you a lesser value. It just means that it's keeping the highest value of one that you already own. And anytime it's going to go and deconstruct one for you, it will give you those corresponding materials, as we saw when we crafted one right here. So there you have it, folks. That is a look at the new skill mod deconstruct and duplicate system that they added to the Division 2 in the latest update, and just a general explainer for those of you who were concerned that your mods were disappearing. As is usually the case with these types of videos, I'm aware that this is not going to pertain to absolutely everybody. I'm sure there was a good chunk of you that were already in the loop about what was going on here. But as I said at the start, given the number of questions I was getting about this exact specific issue, I just wanted to make a video on it to clear things up. So if you yourself have been confused by this, hopefully this clears things up. Or if you know people that are concerned about their mods disappearing, then be sure to send them this so that they get an idea about what's going on. But that wraps up everything that we have to go over. If you have any outstanding questions or thoughts about this overall system that you want to know, then be sure to comment it down below and I will do my best to respond. And if you want to stay in the loop with more Division 2 videos like this in the future, then be sure to click that subscribe button. I'd be very appreciative. That said, that is going to do it for me today, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Rogue Gold.